welcome to another D3+1 battle report. This time it is 1500 points of Farsight Enclave versus Lamentor Blood Angels. So here we go, I'm using a variant. I've got the supplement for my Tau army, so we're running a very mech heavy list, which is something I hope to enjoy. So I'm being led by Commander Farsight, and because I bring him as my HQ, that means I can bring the HQ Riptide, Ovessa, I believe she is called. He has set equipment. So Ion Accelerator, Twin Linked Fusion Blaster, 2 Shielded Missile Drones, Feel No Pain, the Stimulant Injector and Early Warning Override for a very expensive 300 points. Troops, because I'm using a Farsight Enclave army, Crisis Suits are troops, so I have one squad of 3 Crisis Suits. 2 of them are equipped as you see them, so that's 2 Fusion Blasters, 2 Flamers, and this last one I think is a Flamer and a Plasma Gun, or whatever the Tau equivalent is called. Sorry, I'm still in Space Marine mode. My other troop is 8-man Firewire Squad. Oh, Farsight Enclaves, they have a rule called Teleresa Bond. It means that everything that can take bonding knives has to. So rather than have me say it for everything, just assume I have given it to everyone who has to have it. 2 broadsides armed with rail cannons, twin-linked smart missiles, and they have 2 missile drones each. Another new addition to my Tau forces that haven't been painted yet, stealth suits. They are all just equipped with burst cannons, so it's just 4 of them. Ignore the one with the fusion blaster. We have 9 Pathfinders because I couldn't afford 10. We have my Sniper Squad equipped as they usually are, so just 6 of them and 1 controller. Another new addition, Hammerhead, with twin-linked smart missiles on the front, or missile pods, I can't remember which it is for him. And finally my Riptide Prime, who's equipped as you see him. Ion Accelerator, smart missiles, twin-linked, that's it. He couldn't afford the Stimulant Injector. Oh, one more thing about the HQ Riptide. He has something from the Enclave supplement called Earth Cast Array. It reduces his weapon skill by 1, but it lets him reroll ones to hit with shooting and reroll failed Nova charges.
Okay, and here we have 1500 points of Blood Angels Lamentors. We are being led by a Reclusiarch in Power Armor. He has a Jump Pack and Infernus Pistol. He's joined there by a 5-man Death Company squad. We have 2 Power Fists, 2 power weapons, we have power swords, and 1 who is just fodder for the machine. We have a 5-man assault squad, just as you see, a 10-man with 2 melter guns. There are 2 Balpreds, they are flamestorm cannons and heavy bolter side sponsons. We have a 5-man Terminator assault squad, all with underhammers and storm shields. They're bringing in a stock Land Raider, so last cannons all the way.
Okay, we have deployed. We got Hammer and Anvil as the deployment type, we got the Crusade as mission, and we rolled 4 objectives. So I placed my first one here, as you probably saw during the Armies of Parade bit. My other one is hidden in the alcove down there, and the Blood Angel ones are in no man's land. There and there. So that's how we set up. Farsight and my Crisis Suit team are in reserve, and you put a combat squad of Assault Marines in reserve, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, and the Battle Predators have already scouted. So are you going to try and steal initiative?
I am going to steal initiative.
One of your drunken Assault Marines is falling over there. I'll help him while you try and roll.
It happens.
I can roll for you.
No, it's fine.
Oh,
Thank you very much. Blood Angels, turn 1. Okay, end of Blood Angels, turn 1. We forgot to mention that night fighting is not on. My Warlord trait as well is I add 1 to my charge distance rolls.
Farsight has a set one.
And Farsight has a fancy special one all to himself.
It means he doesn't scatter when he deep strikes.
So in stealing the initiative, I managed to move my 2 Balpreds quite far upfield. This one toasted the bottom line of Fire Warriors. I took out 3.
3 with the Flamer and 2 with the heavy bolter.
2 with the heavy bolter, and then they ran a little bit.
They ran 3 inches.
3 inches back there. This Bal moved up and managed to flame a couple of the stealth suits. I didn't get anything with a heavy bolter, unfortunately.
The morale held.
The morale held.
Barely.
Death Company charged up in there. Assault Marines moved up and ran to here. Over on the side, Land Raider moved up the flank, fired a few shots off at this Riptide here, but unfortunately didn't get anything through. And the combat squadded Assault Marines moved up behind it. And that's everything, I believe. So it's on to Tal turn 2. Tal turn 1. Tal turn 2.
Farsight Enclave.
Farsight Enclave.
End of the first Farsight Enclave turn, and
Tau.
No, not Tau. Unfortunately, my Fire Warriors continue to run, and they've got quite a big run move, so if they don't regroup next turn, I fear they are going to be off the table. Where we go next? Well, the Hammerhead, thanks to the Pathfinders putting 5 marker lights
It was
on
5,
the
yeah.
I boosted his BS enough to make sure it hit. I got a pen through, so it has lost its heavy bore and a hull point. The Riptide Prime in front of it, he fired his overcharged iron accelerator. Didn't do anything to the Land Raider, however, the blast did actually catch 3.
Yeah, 3 of them.
And they passed morale, but 3 died. My stealth suits did walk around there to take pot shots at the one assault marine they could see. They didn't.
I made all the saves.
You made all the saves, and then the assault moved back to their dead brethren there. My broadsides and missile pods all fired into the battle predator that were there. The missile pods all failed miserably, but the heavy rail rifle's twin linked managed to get an explode result on it. Ovessa, who was standing here, I used Nova engine to get fusion blasters firing twice, although it didn't need it. One lucky fusion blast turned into an explode result. This battle predator blew up. Unfortunately, the explosion took out 3 sniper drones. Their morale held, thankfully, but I kind of screwed myself over a little bit there. And that was it, I got first blood.
Poor battle predators.
And I shall go let Steve in.
Okay, end of Blood Angels turn 2. We'll start over here then. The Land Raider moved up. I actually fired my blast cannon at the Hammerhead, but didn't do anything. The Terminators jumped out.
It's shaking with fear.
It is shaking. Terminators jumped out, smashed into the Riptide, took him down to 1 wound. He managed to...
I got really lucky with my 5+ inbounds.
Yeah, and he managed to flee, and I obviously can't chase him yet, so consolidated a little bit closer. Over here, Assault Squad moved up here, holding the objective. I fired a few shots into the drones up there. I think I took out 1 of them.
Did you kill 1 on the way in? Yeah.
The Death Company charged them, finished them off, and then consolidated over there. Hiding just in here is this little 2-man Assault Squad.
Oh, and your reserves.
The combat squatted 2 melters actually mishapped.
They tried to come down here and they actually landed on their target rather than next to it.
Mishapped right into it.
It managed a full D6.
But they went back into ongoing reserves. I got a 6 for my mishap table, so that's fine. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay, then the Farsight Enclave turn 2.
Tau.
No, not Tau.
Tau.
Mixed bag of stuff happened. We can go over this side first of all. Combined fire of my Hammerhead, the Riptide that was standing there, only managed to kill a Terminator, unfortunately. My Riptide Prime and then decided to hide behind the Pathfinders, because that's the brave thing to do. My broadsides fired alongside the Pathfinders at the assault squad that was here. Did the Riptide, did Ovessa fire at them as well?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think so, but I mean, what, 1 survived?
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 survived and his morale held?
Yes, it did.
Okay, so he's still standing there. My Fire Warriors actually regrouped, so they got their 3-inch move also, but Siri's falling over there, ignore that. And Farsight came in with his crisis suits. Unfortunately, I rolled very badly for having 3 flamers, 2 plasma guns and 2 fusion blasters. I fired into the back of them and only killed 1. And they're fearless, so they're fine.
Yep.
And that was it.
Take off your dead. Okay, end of Blood Angels turn 3. The combat squadded Melter guys actually finally came in and did their job by removing most of the crisis suits. Is that what they are?
Because I wasn't allowed to jetpack because I forgot until the start of his movement phase and wasn't allowed to do it.
Crisis suits. The Terminators moved up, ran a bit, didn't really get very far. The Land Raider, Power of the Machine Spirit, 1 last cannon shot into the Hammerhead, 1 hull point,
Shaken.
1 last cannon shot into the Riptide and killed it. Over here, one of the assault marines died to Overwatch, and then I didn't
Failed the charge.
Did I fail the charge? Yes. Failed the charge.
Charging through the...
Over there, charged in with the... Well, actually, this guy is actually part of a separate squad. He failed his charge, and the Death Company charged in. Farsight issued a challenge. The Reclusiarch turned his back. Farsight killed one of the Death Company, and the other one dealt 1 wound. and they're stuck in combat. Are you fearless?
No, but we tied.
Hmm?
We tied.
Tied.
Oh yes.
I did one win,
Yes.
you did one win. Okay, end of Farsight Enclave turn 3.
Tau.
Yeah, I paused that time because I knew it was coming. My Pathfinders marked up the Terminators, and the Hammerhead snap fired and didn't really do much. The thing that did the damage was Ovessa. She, I'm not sure which gender they were, can't remember. From
It's a
the fluff.
he-she.
You don't know, you've not read the story, I have. He was here, he fired his Nova charged Iron Accelerator, Fusion Blasters, killed 2 of the Terminators. They're fearless, so nothing else happened. He then used his Assault Move to jump back here. My Fire Warriors moved a little bit here. I remembered to move this time for Jink, so he moved half an inch.
Jiggled.
To mention that, yeah.
Wiggle jiggle.
And he still jiggles, look.
My broadsides, yeah, he is jiggling. My broadside, he's jiggling. My broadsides and his drones all fired into the deep struck squad of Assault Marines here. They killed 2. Did they leadership?
Yes.
They did, okay. In the combat, I issued a challenge again. This time it was accepted. Farsight and the Reclusive Arc dealt 1 wound each, and I'm concussed. So next time I will actually be hitting second rather than at the same time.
Okay, end of Blood Angels turn 4. The Terminators moved and ran up the hill here, trying to close the distance on this big blob of Tau. The Land Raider moved up a little bit, fired its 2 twin light glass cannons into the broadside unit here. I took out one drone. The sergeant from the failed squad back here jumped into the terrain over there. The other combat squadded Melta Assault Marines joined the combat here, but the Reclusive Arc managed to finish off Farsight in a challenge and consolidate over there. I think that was it. Quite a short one, quite a short turn, not an awful lot left on the board.
The end of the Farsight Enclave turn 4.
Tau.
Happens every time. So my main goal was to remove the Terminator threat. Unfortunately, it took a lot of firepower. The Pathfinders fired their carbines, the Fire Warriors double tapped and fired. Who was it that actually did the wounds that killed it? Was it? I had to fire the broadside at it as well, didn't I? Thanks to their AP2 forcing the 3 pluses rather than 2 pluses, got the job done. My Hammerhead managed. No, he didn't manage anything. He fired at the Land Raider and failed miserably. Ovessa moved up. I used the Nova Reactor to fire Fusion Blaster twice and managed to get a glance, so the Land Raider is down to 2. At the far end of the table, all the way up there, my stealth suit shot at and failed to wound the 1 Assault Marine that's hidden behind this building down there, and then the assault moved further into his deployment zone. And that is it.
Go.
Okay, end of Blood Angels turn 5.
Lamentors.
For a bit of dramatic effect, I rolled the dice to see whether I would shoot the last cannons from the Land Raider at either the Fire Warriors or the Hammerhead. I thought maybe the Hammerhead blew up, took them out. Not necessarily the most efficient way of doing it, but it would have been a lot of fun. So I shot at the Hammerhead and I didn't manage to pin it. Ironically, we rolled to see whether or not what would have happened to the Fire Warriors if I'd shot them, and they would have run off the board.
They would have lost 1, they would have failed morale, and then ran off the board.
So yeah, there you go. But you know, it was just for a bit of dramatic effect. Other than that, Batman here jumped from building to building. The squad rearranged itself a little bit there on the objective. Reclusive Arc and his Death Company moved out over here. That was it.
Okay, here we go for a very quick turn 5 for the Farsight Enclave. I combined the 2 there.
Tau.
I fused. What happened? A ridiculous amount of fire went into trying to kill that 1 Assault Marine up there. I fired Markolites, and the ones who were actually within range to fire their carbines did that also. Fired the Hammerhead at him. He missed. Fired these 3, 1 shot each. They missed.
It wasn't just misses. It was like failed to wounds and past cover saves
and
yeah.
armour saves for when AP wasn't good enough. Broadsides and their 3 surviving drones, fired into them. That was the one bit of good news. I managed to wipe them out with exactly enough wounds.
Damn.
And then I failed to kill the Land Raider, although I did put a hull point on it with firing my Fusion Blaster twice. But I had to finish it off in hand to hand. Luckily I got a glance because Ovessa is actually weapon skill 1. So was the time because it moved. And that was it, other than my stealth suits all the way at the back there, just walking in that distance because they're going home. And now we're going to see if the game continues. It does.
Turn 6.
That may have saved the game for me.
Okay, end of Blood Angels turn 6. Reclusive Arc and so on moved into the back of here, and last assault marine there, he jumped down from the building, so he's within 3 inches of the objective, ready to get killed by the Riptide. That's it! Just movement, just the movement phase, I didn't even need to run.
Go.
End of Tau, turn 6.
Tau!
No, you were supposed to. Oh, you were
Nope.
supposed to say Farsight Enclave there. Never
Nope.
mind. Okay, so not much happened because there wasn't much to shoot at. I chose to turbo boost my hammerhead up a little bit just on the assumption that if there is a turn 7, I may or may not have a shot at the Reclusiarch hiding away behind the building over there. Ovessa moved up, shot fusion blaster through the window, killed the assault marine that was standing there. Then assault moved there, assault moved up there, and that's it. Now we need to see if the game goes on 7. It does, I think.
I think it does.
Yeah.
Really?
We'll double check.
Just call it.
No.
Yeah, I'll call it. I'll call it. There's no point. There's no.
You have two guys hiding in a building.
I can in my
In
turn.
there.
I could. The only thing left that I was capable of doing in turn 7
wanted
would be
revenge.
getting Linebreaker.
I wanted revenge for Farsight.
You're not gonna get it.
Oh, well.
You still rolling?
Yeah.
Well.
Oh,
So
stop.
I'm assuming that that's well. You've got 1 objective. I don't have objective. You've got First Blood. You've got Linebreaker, so that's 3.
And you
I
killed
got
first.
Slay the Warlord, so that's 1. So it's 3-1. So close. If I'd
That's
chosen to
5-1.
take
The objective is
the objective is 3, yeah. If I'd chosen to shoot them instead of the hammerhead,
then it would be 2-1.
then yeah. Interesting. Thumbs up, comment, subscribe. See you later.